Okay, so we're starting the M3 Weekly Hangout. We have a special guest today. We're gonna introduce everyone.
Hey, hey, hey everybody, this is Breeze. I am living in LA. It is fucking freezing right now. Usually I do not wear pants during the hangout, but I actually have on two pair right now. And I have been busy working on the retail store, the M3 retail store, which will be up soon. So you can get Christmas gifts for all the little bears in your life. And feel free to buy more because that would just make me happy. That's all that's been going
So what have
on.
you been up to?
Cecil Davison. I have been up to, well, I actually went to visit my new job yesterday. I don't start until January, but I have to start developing a program for children's groups and dealing with some of the apartments and transitional housing for women. So a lot of things are coming on the horizon. I'm about to be a very, very, very busy person.
Well, I'm Clinton. A lot of people know me as CJ. With the other big dogs, with the big dogs. Just really getting ready for MLK weekend, planning that stuff. We just did a cabin retreat a couple of weeks ago, which was awesome. So that was really, really, really very well. Um, and that's it. And actually, I'm planning MLK weekend. We're also planning next Labor Day weekend as well at the same time because we want to do next Labor Day real big. So we're doing a lot of things around that. Right.
Okay, I'm
Give us.
James Butler,
All right.
writer and idea man for the M3, and nothing much. I've been playing Injustice till my eyes
All
bleed.
right,
Okay.
woo!
How about Links? What have you been up to?
Oh, Jesus. What have I been up to? I don't know. Everybody's been all exciting and shit. Y'all got all this great stuff going on. I work full time and I go to school. Come on now.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I've been spending my week working on schoolwork, really, just doing a lot of coding and getting that done, trying to get out of tech support, really. Yeah, I don't like being the 21st century plumber.
My name is Malcolm Travers, editor of the Mail Media Mind. We've been basically planning for MLK weekend ourselves, trying to, come up with a live hangout at the events. We're going to talk about that later, but it was "Are Gay Men Scared of Monogamy?" It's the title of the article, and a brief read of it. Basically, was talking about the visibility of those within the gay community who are in open relationships, and basically saying, is this counterintuitive toward fighting for equal marriage rights when we really are redefining relationships by so openly accepting open relationships? And I guess the follow-up question basically from the article was, let's see, is there a positive argument to make for open relationships without, say, demeaning monogamy?
But basically, I think that you can make an argument that sort of supporting a polyamorous or polygamous relationships does not demean monogamy in the same sense that what you talked about in the last hangout, that just because you love black people don't mean you hate white folks. Just because you love something doesn't mean that you hate what the opposite is. I do think that sort of putting a lot of energy into supporting polyamorous and polygamous relationships does sort of soften the impact for the struggle of gay marriage. So I personally am, I'm kind of ambivalent towards it, towards polyamorous relationships.
Mhm.
I definitely prefer monogamy. I definitely think that people, because gay marriage has been out of our grasp for so long, I think people are looking for alternatives, and I think people have kind of like joined the bandwagon. But personally, I've kind of always been uh, pro monogamy, but not that I'm anti polygamy. But I just been, works for me.
Because I felt, and this is just me, there's a certain type of person who has the character for monogamous relationships. There's a certain type of person who has the character for polyamorous or non-monogamous relationships.
How would you describe that?
Well, here's the thing. The gays blew up because they thought that I was saying that people who are monogamous have a better character than people who aren't, and that's not true. Everybody has their own rules, and everybody has their own thing. Now, for me, of course, I prefer a monogamous relationship, but I get it. I understand why people, would prefer a polyamorous relationship. Now, as far as whether they're scared, I think that there is a sense of fear with a lot of people. Not all of them. Please don't send me any hate mail.
It's too late. They typing.
I mean, well, they can type all they want, but I'm the best at ignoring all that bullshit. People do have a tendency to be scared of what's going to happen if you're in because listen, being in a monogamous relationship is probably the most difficult thing that you're going to have to do in life, especially for people like me who really aren't that social anyway. Being able to trust someone is hard for anybody. And being able to only trust that one person and depend on that one person for 80% of all of the, the things that you need out of that, out of other people to, try to get it out of one person that's scary. That's a scary thing. So there is a fear, but it's an understandable fear that I think that a lot of people have. And I do think that there are people, and I can tell you that I know people that I can name. I'm not who.
You're like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but I can. They know who they are.
Right.
Who are in open relationships because they really, truly, in their heart of hearts, and have had conversations with me about it, are scared that if they were in a monogamous relationship, then that it wouldn't last because that person would cheat on them or they would cheat on that person. So there is a fear there.
Right. What's your thoughts on what Breeze and Cecil have said so far?
Well, I mean, I agree. I agree with most of what both of them had to say. The thing about monogamy, I'm not sure if I would consider it a fear. I mean, because you can have a fear in an open relationship. It does. I don't think it's a fear just because I'm scared of monogamy.
That's true.
Because even with an open relationship, you have boundaries. There's gonna be rules there. It's not as strict rules as a monogamous relationship, but it's going to be some type of boundaries. You're going to have some type of boundary,
right.
Whatever it is. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of open relationships. It's just that is not my thing. But I do understand why people do it because everybody, you have to find a relationship that's good for you. Monogamy don't work for everybody.
That's right.
And the thing about it is, the unfortunate part about it is most people don't know it don't work for them. So they end up cheating, and they end up getting, doing whatever they need to do. Not understanding some people are just cannot be committed to one person.
Yeah.
And that's just the fact of it. Now, open relationships, they fail, just as much as a monogamous relationship failed because someone's crossing boundaries.
Right.
So, you have triad relationships and all these other types of relationships as well, which is closed relationships, but just with 3 people.
Yeah.
So, I think it's all about finding a relationship that best suits whoever it is, that works for them. And monogamy don't work for everybody.
Yeah.
And just being a hoe don't work for everybody. So,
yeah.
So.
Being a hoe worked for the hoes, I know.
Well, yeah, the funny part about that is some people wear that badge as being a hoe very proudly. They know, but they know they lane. They know what works for them.
That's right.
And that's the thing I think everybody needs to find out, what kind of relationship works for you. Of course everybody.
What type of hoe are you? Yeah.
Of course everybody want to say monogamy because that's the politically thing to say, but monogamy don't work for everybody.
And with a monogamy, I think people are scared because, like you said, you're staying with that one person day in, day out, and you have to trust in that one person day in, day out. So a lot of people are scared of that. And with non-monogamy, like I said, you can get cheat on cross boundaries with that too. So you just have to know yourself and be comfortable with yourself. And
promiscuous Puritans, it is the American way. Because here's the reality. The reality is, I don't give a shit who's fucking who. I don't. You know, like if somebody wants to have a relationship that's 4 or 5 people deep, go for it. That's what you want to do, you know? For me, that's not it. I get jealous. You know, I'm going to be honest. I get jealous. What's mine is mine, so I can't do that. But there are some people who can. Like the guys that I call my two dads, they're open and they're fine. You know, they fuck whoever they want to fuck, and there's no jealousy, there's no anything. They know their rules, they know their boundaries. That's cool. But I think a lot of it comes from, it's not so much are gay people scared or anything else. It was like I was saying on the post. It's just kind of that vocal majority thing. When people are talking about it, the people who are talking about it are going to get the attention. So of course people are going to think, oh, gays are scared of anything. I'm like, why? Because a couple of people are talking about, hey, don't tell me how to live my relationship and whatever, because they want to, you know, fuck 6 or 7. It doesn't really matter. I mean, straight people, if you look at the percentage numbers, they do the same shit. So why would it be that gay men are scared instead of just our people scared of monogamy?
Are trying as hard as they can to define what it means, or redefine what it means to be gay. Because, you know, in the past 50 years or so, gay has meant so many different things as time goes on, and now we've been in this transitional period for so long trying to, because, you know, gay at one time was child molesters. You know, people thought that all gay people were child molesters.
We're in the media, we're in the spotlight, and when you got people talking, like the people who are in monogamous relationships or who are pro-monogamy or whatever, they ain't saying shit.
Yeah,
they're not
quiet.
talking. People can just kind of get off the sex negative aspect, because anytime they talk about monogamy, there's always that undertone of monogamy good, non-monogamy bad. There's always that undertone, and that's a sex negative thing where where they think that monogamy is better than, you know, polygamy or whatever the hell you want to do. And you know, I guess the reality is that once you drop the sex negative, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Thank you for watching our video. And for more content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like and comment and let us know what you think.